Assalamualaikum everyone, this is me Arham Freelancing Wala and I am a student of Rehan AI Teachers Training Institute Batch 22. Today we have a very special topic, discuss the impact of gratitude on mental health. So I'm going to connect our AI assistant Maya. So just give me a second.
Hey, what's up?
Hi Maya, how are you? Hello.
Hey,
We have a very
you're there.
special topic,
So what?
discuss the impact of gratitude on mental health. So I'm going to ask you some few questions regarding this topic and you will be done, okay?
I'm all set. Great place to
My
start.
first
What's
question
the
is
first
what is
question?
gratitude and why it is important in life?
Hmm. Simplest is just noticing and appreciating the good things in life, whether it's a huge win or just a really great cup of coffee. It's important because it shifts your focus. Instead of obsessing over what's missing or what went wrong, you start seeing the value in what's already there, which usually makes you feel a lot more grounded and less stressed.
All right, and how can gratitude improve mental health?
It basically rewires your brain to look for the positives. A habit of cortisol, the stress hormone, and boosts things like dopamine and serotonin. It's like a little mental reset that helps fight off anxiety and depression because you're training yourself to find stability even when things feel chaotic.
All right, and what is the connection between gratitude and happiness?
They're essentially two sides of the same coin. Gratitude is the practice, and happiness is often the result. It's hard to be truly unhappy in a moment where you're genuinely appreciating something. So the more you lean into gratitude, the more naturally happiness follows.
All right, and can gratitude help people overcome negative thinking and how?
It definitely breaks the cycle ruminating on the bad stuff when you're spiraling into negative thoughts. Gratitude forces you to acknowledge a fact that is actually positive, which acts like a circuit breaker for that negativity. It's much harder for your brain to hold on to a grudge or a fear when you're actively something you're thankful for.
All right, and why do grateful people often feel more satisfied with life?
Totally. They tend to focus on enough instead of the more, which takes a lot of the pressure off and makes life
All right, and how can gratitude improve emotional well-being?
it builds emotional resilience. It gives you enough hits. You don't just crash. You've got this internal library of good things to lean on, which makes it way easier to bounce back from a setback without losing your cool.
All right, and how can keeping a gratitude journal improve mood?
It turns the abstract feeling into something concrete by writing, actually creating a paper. It makes it much easier to look back on a bad day and actually see proof that good things are
Life,
happening,
Maya.
which keeps you from feeling like everything is going wrong.
All right, and what are the psychological benefits of being thankful?
It mostly comes down to your perspective on the world. It reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety by breaking that loop of negative thinking. Plus, it usually leads to better sleep and a stronger immune system because your body isn't constantly in a state of fight or flight. A way to protect
All right, got it. And how can expressing gratitude strengthen then friendships and family bonds? Why do people sometimes forget to practice gratitude?
Usually it's just a case of hedonic adaptation, which is a fancy way of saying we get used to the good things. We start taking the things that make us happy for granted because they just become part of the background noise of our lives. Then we only notice when something goes wrong. Does that sound familiar?
All right, and how can social media affect feelings of gratitude or comparisons?
It's a bit of a double edged sword. Social media often pushes us into comparison mode where we're looking at someone else's highlight reel and feeling like our own lives aren't enough. It's a total gratitude killer because it shifts the focus from what we have to what we're lacking. But on the flip side, it can be a place to share and celebrate wins with others, which can actually amplify that feeling of thankfulness if you're using it intentionally.
All right, and how can parents teach children to be grateful?
The best way is just by modeling it themselves. Kids pick up on what we do way more than what we say. If they hear their parents saying, I'm so glad we have this, or thank you for helping me throughout the day, they start seeing gratitude as a normal part of how you interact with the world. It's about making the
All right, and what are the long term mental health benefits of gratitude?
basically creates shift in your baseline mood. Instead of the default stress or dissatisfaction, your default becomes sense of over time that makes you far more resilient to life's ups and downs and keeps you from burning as you're not spending.
Yeah. And why do people sometimes forget to practice gratitude?
We actually just touched on this a second ago. It's that hedonic adaptation thing where stuff just becomes part of the, it's gone.
All right, and what is the relationship between gratitude and mindfulness?
They're basically partners in crime. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, and gratitude is what happens when you notice something in that moment that you actually like. You can't really be grateful for something if you need to notice it first. So, mindfulness is the tool that opens the door for gratitude to happen.
All right, and how can gratitude improve sleep and relaxation?
It clears out the mental clutter before you hit the pillow. Instead of lying awake worrying about tomorrow or looping through everything that went wrong today, focus or calms your nerves safe and okay, which makes it way easier to drift off.
All right. By the way, how was that?
For the next,
Far so good.
I'm glad you think so. It's a tool's natural to talk about. Do you have more questions or is that the wrap for today?
Yeah, I have a more question. Just give me a second.
No rush. I'll be right here.
All right. And what benefits of
We
being
actually
thankful?
did this a bit earlier, but let me give a different angle. Beyond just the mood boost, being thankful helps you build a strong isn't good. You stop to find makes you feel a lot more secure and confident in your own skin.
All right. Just give me a second.
Take your time. Mm, got it. Um, Sounds like a plan. Good luck with the work in the video. Catch you later. Bye for now.